Hello everyone, this is Mark. Today we're going to take a look at deploying and updating flows with Apache NiFi MiNiFi C++ using Edge Flow Manager. Edge Flow Manager provides us a flow designer that is very similar to that of what we're accustomed to with Apache NiFi. You can add processors to a canvas, create connections, add controller services, add remote process groups. All of this enables us to much more easily deploy flows to our agents. Agents can be running different feature sets or have different use cases. So in this UI, we can differentiate different types of agent classes based on a name. So in this case, what I'm showing you is Princess Bride, which is an agent class that pulls in CSV data, splits that CSV data into records, outputs them as JSON data, with one record per flow file. These are controller services also designed within the UI. We then send those splits to getCountry, which is a processor that uses that JSON data IP address field specifically to geolocate that IP address. All of these records are mock data. They contain a name, first name, last name, email address, identifier, and an IP address. We're then going to route on attribute, looking for those countries that equal the United States. So let's modify our flow. Let's actually see it in action. So create a remote process group, add a connection. Here's our NiFi instance. We're going to select the source relationship for that route, selecting our process ID. We're then going to publish this. When I publish this flow, it's going to be sent out to several agents on my network. They're all deployed within separate VMs, replicating agents on an edge network. So we can see that the flow is published. And assuming I did everything correctly, we should see data. Let's look at that data. So we can see this is mock data from a mock data source. We can look at the JSON. I apologize to Raphael Rodham. This is all coincidental data. This is generated by a mock data source generator. But I do happen to know that there are records which are located in the United States. We can see the fragments counts, the fragment index, and the IP address, which is created from the getCountry processor. But now we want to make a change. We realize that we don't really want to see data, don't care about data that's located in the United States. We care about the geolocated data outside of the US. So let's publish our flow. Let's empty this queue. Now we should have records that are geolocated to the United or outside of the United States. Here we have a record from Brazil. I think I selected the same record. Let's go try this one. This one is from Italy. So if we were to make these same changes without Edge Flow Manager and without the Flow Designer, we would have to modify a YAML file. But what we see here is we see one or more agents that are connected to this instance. They're able to pull these flows, and we're able to communicate through the UI. The interesting thing here is that this agent class actually has JNI and Python capabilities. So getFile, log attribute, the RPG, and route on attribute are all written in C++. Split record, CSV reader, and JSON record set writer are written in Java. getCountry is actually written in Python. So what we see here, Flow Designer enables us to deploy a flow And the agents themselves check in and provide a list of processors that can be run on that particular agent class. From the perspective of the UI, we don't actually concern ourselves with whether or not this processor is written in Python or if the processor is written in C++ or Java. The purpose of the UI is to simply facilitate designing your flows. We can go into a view where we select different agent classes. And in this agent class, we have about 25 processors, maybe 30 processors available. But in our Princess Bride processor class, because we have JNI and Python capabilities enabled, we have many more. So the UI enables us to differentiate these different agent classes based on types, whether that's hardware, deployment type, feature set selected, or the use case. The UI also allows us to design our flows in a way that's very similar to that of Apache NiFi. We don't, in the UI, really concern ourselves with whether or not a processor is written in C++, whether it's written in Java, or whether it's written in Python. The purpose of the UI is to facilitate your flow, and we hope that we've done that. Appreciate your time. Thank you for listening.